Hello everybody, this is BCat100 and welcome back to some more Miles Edgeworth's Turning Investigations, the Kidnapped Turnabout. In the previous episode we had created a simulation of the haunted house, searching for any sort of clues or logic, because we were barred from actually going into the actual haunted house. In this episode we are going to continue to investigate here. So, if you like what you see, leave a like down below, comment if you have anything to say, subscribe to me if I haven't already, if you haven't already, comment if you have anything to say, and share with your friends so they can join in on this investigation. Now, let's get moving. I also do apologize for the camera. I'm using my laptop camera, for the time being, and it is laggy, so if that does happen again, which it seems to happen with every video, I apologize. Let's see, what do we have in logic? Let's examine this. It's the proto-badger who struck me. I suppose I should really say that it is Lance. Oh! Are you gonna get him back? I need not resort to violence when the lawsuit I plan to bring to court will suffice. Really? Because I would totally have decked him right back. If someone steals from me, I steal something from them. If I get hit, I hit them back. If I get paid, I return the money. That's the secret to... what? The third statement doesn't seem to be of much benefit to survival. Yeah, I agree. Alright. Well, let's examine, not here, but the other badger. The one that turns from the blue badger into the proto badger. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious looking nook and cranny. Blue badger is just a doll used for use in the haunted house. I bet the one who killed this blue badger was the bad badger, right? According to the Blue Badger Bible, it says that they are each other's worst enemy. All because one's an ally of justice and the other's a vile criminal with a gun. Perhaps they were just destined to battle each other. Much like the samurai and the evil magistrate. Oh boy, I'm having flashbacks to that. Is this spot somehow connected to any of the evidence I hold? Something's wrong. What is it? Keeps the peace. Eureka! No. Eureka! Hold on a second here. There's something wrong with this blue badger. Huh? Like what? The way the belt is on him is opposite of how it should be. Did you make a mistake? That can't be. I inputted the image data exactly as it was in the pamphlet. So then why is the blue badger dressed up in reverse? I wonder. Well, since we have two things of logic, we might as well give it a shot. Blue badger in reverse. We have a chance? Yeah. Alright. Okay. Do you remember what you said earlier? What I said earlier about what? About how this building might as well have been a house of mirrors. A house of mirrors? Oh! That would explain the reversed or mirror image. Yes, this blue badger might be nothing more than the reflected image of the real one. Then what was the blue badger you saw? Just a reflection? When I looked down this hole, I thought it was perfectly straight. However, if there was a mirror... Oh! Then it would actually form an L shape, right? Precisely. I was deceived. The hallway was almost pitch black. And there was a beam in the way that obstructed my view of the other hallway. Wait, but why build this place like that? It sounds pretty pointless to me. Okay, this house is just another attraction in an amusement park. They created a mirror wall specific for a very specific purpose, one I can only point out to you. Or something like that. This was the reason they built a mirror wall. Take that! As it's written in the pamphlets, the main draw of this attraction is the mystery of the disappearing badger. You mean they built a mirror for that trick alone? You said you saw the badger, so it was definitely still there. That was true at the time. However, doing this allows someone to make the blue badger disappear in a flash. To remove a reflected image, simply move the mirror. First, the mirror was constructed so that it could be moved. Then beyond where the mirror was, an empty hallway had to be created. Oh, so when they wanted people to see the blue badger, they would open the mirror. When they wanted to hide him, or it, they simply had to close it again. This explains why the other side of these fragments have design on them. If the pattern is the same on the other walls in this hallway, then when the mirror is closed, it would blend in with the rest of the walls. This is the mirror trick that this haunted house employs. And this also proves the existence of a hiding place for the culprits. Huh? How so? Think about it, Kay. There was a place that was outside of my field of vision. The culprit kept out of sight by hiding here. There are two possibilities, actually.
Take that!
Take that! There was a very large blind spot, one that I could not see beyond, and it was here. My assailant hid on the other side of the movable mirror. Then you wouldn't be able to see him. He didn't even need to do anything to the Blue Badger doll. Exactly, all he had to do was wait for me on the other side of the mirror. Wait, hold on. I just thought of something. Yes? Well, shouldn't the mirror wall be broken right now, in reality? Since we have a few shards of it, we can probably assume it is. Yes, that most definitely is broken. The question is, when was it broken? Since we found these inside the victim's costume, that would mean that the victim was there when the mirror was broken. Wait. That sound. Leave the money and go now. The sound I heard was most definitely the sound of a mirror breaking. Okay, I'd like you to input some new information. Ah! Don't scare me like that! Sorry. But I need you to recreate something for me. Sure, whatever you need. So, what do you need anyway? If you could first recreate this hallway just before I entered the dining room. You got it. Now then, I believe this is how it was right before I entered the dining room. Although at the time I thought it was but a single straight hallway, and then it went inside. It was around then that I heard the sound of a mirror shattering. You heard what? Then... Yes, I believe it was then that the mirror was broken. Okay, so... Then, when you stepped outside into the hallway again... The mirror wall should no longer exist. Okay, please recreate that. Got it. Wait, but with the mirror gone, the culprit lost his hiding spot. So, where did you go in this proto-badger suit, Mr. Edgeworth? Ha! That's easy enough. The mayor gone, he simply hid himself in the branch hallway. I think this about wraps it up. Looks like we finally solved everything. No, not yet. An even larger contradiction now has now reared its head. Huh? Perhaps you did not notice, but this recreation contains a very troubling inconsistency. The inconsistency between what I saw and the recreation lies. I want to say it's here.
Take that!
Take that! Okay, take a good look at the end of the hall. Oh, there's no blue badger there. Exactly, the blue badger that I saw in reality is not here. This is the final point on this long chain of logic. The last remaining contradiction. I feel really bad this is in slow motion. So let me get this straight. When you came out of the dining room, you saw a badger, right? And that is precisely where the final contradiction lies. Something that shouldn't exist was there before me. Who or what do you suppose it was? I believe this is the real identity of our mystery badger. I would say it's Mr. Deacon. Take that! The badger I saw was in actuality the dead victim's body. What? Agent Lang, the entirety of my complete logic is my final decisive piece of evidence. The murder happened in the hallway of the haunted house at the time of the drop-off. And you can consider the moment I heard the mirror breaking to be the real time of death for Mr. Deacon. No! No. Maybe it was due to their fighting, or perhaps it was the life-shattering bullet. But no matter what the cause, the hallway mirror wall was broken. Not so fast. Ha! You were in the house at the time, right? Are you telling me that you missed the sound of a gunshot? Objection! There were a variety of sound effects playing at the time. All for the theatrics, I assume. The gunshot must have blended right in. Aye! Now then, I'd like you to recall something from me. Who was it that was with the victim at the haunted house? Who was the one that had the opportunity to rob the victim of his gun and use it on him? It was you, Lance Armano. I'm sorry. It's not like I had a choice. Oliver turned on me all of a sudden. He snapped and turned violent right after I hung up with you. He shoved me to the ground and straddled me. I fought back as hard as I could, grabbing his gun, and I shot him. The bullet that went to his body shattered the mirror. If I hadn't taken his gun and shot him first, I would have been the one you found. He's a hardened criminal. He escaped from jail. See, that's justified self-defense. My boy was only trying to protect himself. That remains to be seen and will have to be resolved in court. Agent Lang, I leave the rest to you. As if you were the one in charge around here. Guys, arrest these two and get them out of here. Out of my sight. Wait, man, nothing to do with the murder. The only person who should be arresting is Lance. Dead! Sorry, but you're not slipping away that easily, Mr. Ernest Armano. You tampered with the evidence so that you could cover for your son. What a great dad you are, willing to risk it all. Truly touching. By the way, do you know why I'm really here? How could I possibly know the right to something that hasn't been affected? You wounded me. Came all this way from across the sea, just to see you, you know. The same way? What's that supposed to mean? I have a few things to ask you, Mr. Armano, about a case from 10 years ago. A case from 10 years ago? Oh. What's the name of that you use here for that case? Sheena! It's known as the KG-8 incident. The KG-8 incident? Oh, so you remember it. Good. Then you recall that the trigger in that case was the Armano Group scandal. Specifically, the charge of an internal smuggling ring. Smuggling. There's that word again. At that time, the person was arrested as the ringleader was Mr. Armano's very own secretary, Mr. Colin Deveray. Ah, Father! Even though you pushed the crime onto your then secretary, Mr. Deveray, I always suspected that you were involved with the smuggling ring, Mr. Armano. I know this is sort of a cop-out, but I don't know how much longer this whole cutscene is going to be going on. So we're going to end it here, and then we're going to finish up the episode on Thursday Whether that be short or long, I don't know. But I do apologize if it's very, very, very short. I just to keep the consistency, I kind of want to start the next case next week. So until then, I will see you guys later.